I wish to announce that the National Executive Council of the Democracy for the Citizens Party met on 5th of May 2025, and in accordance with the party constitution, Article 16(2), subsection 2, appointed the following interim party officials whose names have already been submitted to the office of the Registrar of Political Parties for gazettement. The Honorable Senator Cleophas Malala from Kakamega County as the interim deputy party leader. Mr. Hezron Obanga from Kisii County, interim secretary general.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, a rumor has silently been making waves within the corridors of political parties' ownership in Kenya. And the party at the center of this alleged controversial conversation is the Democracy for Citizens Party, which is DCP, led by former Deputy President RIGATHI Gashagua. Now, as we all know, on the 3rd of June 2025, RIGATHI Gashagua launched his political party DCP, which was a move that had been largely anticipated by his followers and more so by the government of President William Ruto, who had taken every measure necessary to block Gashagua from registering a new political party since his impeachment in September 2024. The first move that President William Ruto made to contain Gashagua's political influence and his rising political influence more so in the Mount Kenya region was by shutting down the office of Registrar of Political Parties in the country with immediate effect last year on October. This move by Ruto to ensure no new parties were to be registered in Kenya, mostly those of Gashagua's allies or from Gashagua himself. Now, this actually meant that Gashagua's hands were tied since he could not register a new political outfit. But to our surprise, Gashagua was able to outmaneuver all the hurdles put by President Ruto, and on June 3, 2025, Gashagua shocked Ruto and the nation at large by launching his newly formed party, DCP. But the question that many asked, how did Gashagua manage to register his party, yet the office of Registrar of Political Parties was initially closed until recently, about 2 months ago. That is when it was opened. Now, the question on how Gashagua was able to outsmart Ruto to registering his party DCP was asked severally. The DCP deputy party leader took the time to actually answer this question, where the DCP deputy party leader Cleophas Malala tried to sell a narrative on how Gashagua and his allies outsmarted Ruto to registering the DCP party.
Ilibidi tufanye maombi mingi sana ndio hii chama iweze kuwa registered. Kumekuwa na rumor kwamba DCP party is not fully registered. I want to confirm here that DCP party is fully registered, na tuko hapa na certificate kwa simu yangu, naweza kuonyesha saa hii. Share na usishe onyesha governor hapa on behalf of watu. Na mkiangalia gazette notice ambayo imetolewa last week, we are the last party to be registered. We are party number 91. We have 91 political parties. Sisi ndio wa mwisho ambao tuliregister, sababu tulichezea kasongo mchezo kidogo. Sisi alidhania wakati alikuwa anatutoa kwa kiti, alidhania sisi tuna register vyama mpya kwa sababu tulipeana majina 7 ziende kwa registered, lakini tulikuwa tumeshachukua ile nyingine mbele ambayo iko pale mbele. So yeye akashikwa na panic, akasema no further registration. wakafunga kabisa kufungia hizi zetu 7. So attention yao yote imekuwa kwa hizi 7. That is why the merger of ANC and UDA ingefaa ibadilishe jina ya UDA, lakini hiyo merger ilikuwa ANC na UDA na ikabaki UDA kwa sababu Kasongo hakutaka hata kuregister chama yake ingine mpya, sababu inaweza fungulia hizi zetu. So amefungia zake pamoja na yetu. Kuna vyama za wheelbarrow.
But is this the actual truth as told by Cleophas Malala? Allow me to tell you a big no. Why do I disagree with Malala's drafted play, which was actually pulled from one of Malala's drama playbook? It is because we now know the truth. Now, if you remember, in the beginning of the year 2025, Gashagua was rumored to be in negotiation with the NARC Kenya party leader Martha Karua, where Gashagua actually paid a visit to Martha Karua's Kirinyaga home, where he, together with his wife Dorcas Gachagua, took goats and sheep as a form of Gashagua apologizing for having trash-talked Karua in the 2022 general election campaigns. Now this was the actual truth. Martha Karua and Gashagua had agreed on rebranding NARC Kenya Party to People's Liberation Party PLP. That this party, the newly rebranded PLP, the two leaders were to market the party all over the country, and more so, mostly in the Mount Kenya region, as the official Gashagua's party that was to topple Ruto's UDA influence in the Mount Kenya region. And that's why on February 28, 2025, Gashagua and Karua hosted a launch for the newly rebranded PLP, People's Liberation Party, in Nairobi. But things fall apart between the two leaders when Martha Karua refused to step down from the party leader's role for Gashagua and instead insisted Gashagua to take the deputy party role. Gashagua, actually seeing the influence that he had garnered in the Mount Kenya region, refused to settle for a second place role in PLP party. And that's when he told his right-hand man Cleophas Malala to go on hunting for a new party that had already been registered. And the Gashagua and his team were ready to buy and launch this party that they would actually find. As exposed by lawyer, currently turned blogger WAHOME THUKU, who recently fell out with RIGATHI Gachagua, as of today he tells us that when Malala went out fishing for an already registered party, that is when he realized and got the contact of the last registered party in the official database of the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties. One WAHOME THUKU tells us that Malala found Ezron Obaga, a man from Migori County, who had already registered a party to his name, according to the official digital report of the Office of Registrar of Political Parties. And here is where they approached Ezron Obaga with the intentions of buying out DCP party from him. But to their surprise, Obaga had something else in store for Gashagua. Ezron Obaga was ready to sell the party DCP to Gashagua. But there was a catch for him. Being the owner of the party, Ezron Obaga wanted to remain with an ownership stake within the DCP party, as the part, and to also own a role in the party as the party's secretary general. Gashagua, having no any other option, had to bed to the demands of Hezron Obaga. And that's when they signed the MOU that actually made Obaga the DCP party secretary general. Gashagua went ahead to become the party leader, with his right-hand man, Cleophas Malala, actually being made the deputy party leader. This deal of Gachagua accepting Obaga's demands as the party's secretary general led to internal differences within Rigathi Gachagua's circle, and that saw him fall out with people like the Member of Parliament of Githunguri Gathoni wa Mushomba, who actually was looking to be either named as the party deputy party leader or the party secretary general. Apart from Gathoni wa Mushomba, this also, the deal between Gachagua and Hezron Obaga, where the role of the secretary general's role within the DCP party was not negotiable for Hezron Obaga, also led to the fallout between Gachagua and former Nyeri Township Member of Parliament Wambogo Ngujiri, who also was actually supporting Rigathi Gachagua, hoping that he would actually be named as the party secretary general when the party is officially launched. But he realized that Rigathi Gachagua did not have full control over the party, and that is when he, together with Akina Gathoni wa Mushomba, Akina, the former Bahati MP, the other Ngunjiri, walked out of Gashagua's circle, and they started opposing Rigathi Gachagua and forming alliances that actually were fighting Rigathi Gachagua. So many of you have been asking, I tell you that Hezron Obaga played the move that was pulled by one Kalonzo Musyoka back in the year 2007, when he went behind Raila Amolo Odinga's back and behind the whole of the Pentagon that they had formed to register ODM Kenya as his own party. When Raila went to register the party, they found out that the party had already been registered by Kalonzo Musyoka, and Kalonzo ran away with the party. Now when they came to actually change the name, they changed the name to ODM, or the ODM party, the Orange Democratic Party. And that is when they realized that name had also been taken by one Gitovi Manyara, who had registered a party under that name. And that is when they approached Manyara to sell ODM to them. So Hezron Obaga is a man that actually knows what he is doing by remaining as the sole owner and holding a stake through a signed MOU between him and Rigathi Gachagua within the DCP party. That's what's up. Does Rigathi Gachagua really own the DCP party? I tell you, Rigathi Gachagua is just a stakeholder within the DCP party. And if it was for him, roles like those of the Secretary General wouldn't have been given to somebody that did not have much influence, because the Secretary General of the party, as you all know, remains to be the face of the party. And Hezron Obaga, a man that we had never heard of, actually came to become Rigathi Gachagua's new Secretary General in the DCP party. That is what was actually revealed and exposed to the public today by lawyer turned blogger WAHOME THUKU. But according to the official details of the Office of Registrar of Political Parties, the question of who truly owns the Democracy for Citizens Party has been a subject of controversy and speculations in Kenyan political circles, largely due to Rigathi Gachagua's official status and legal challenges. Number one, the public association and leadership. The party is widely associated with former DP Gashagua, who left the UDA party and officially launched DCP in 2025 to pursue his 2027 presidential ambitions. He has been presented as the party leader during public event and has made pronouncement on its direction and candidates. Number 2, the controversy and the speculation. Reports and political analysts have circulated claims that Gashagua might actually not be the actual owner, legally recognized owner or an executive member, raising questions about who actually controls the party formal structure. Now you know, it is the man himself, the Secretary General of the DCP party, Ezron Obaga. Number 3, the legal and official status of the party. Some sources claim Gachagua can't hold a formal leadership position until his pre-impeachment matter is fully resolved, and therefore, the party might technically have no official leader or is registered in someone else's name, the interim Secretary General Ezron Obaga, or other officials to circumvent legal issues. Other leaders within the party, such as Deputy Party Leader Cleophas Malala, have been vocal about the party's rules and structure. Now, the internal disputes within the party. There have also been internal disputes with a former politician from the party, like how I said, people who wanted to actually control the party, Akina Wambogo Ngujiri and the likes of Akina Gathoni wa Mushomba. Now you know who is the man behind the curtains, who really owns the DCP party. It is not Rigathi Gachagua, but Ezron Obaga. Leave your comment on the comment section. See you in our next video. This is the Kenyan Daily Report.